everybody, I'm Michaela. We're here in the Nelson Community Food Center kitchen, and today we're going to be making a beet salad. So I've got some boiled beets, we've got cucumber, we're going to use some green onion, some kale. This is a really kind of simple salad, and you can interchange it with whatever you've got going on in your own fridge. So first, to boil the beets, I like to boil my beets whole. That way sort of all the juiciness stays contained in them, all the flavor and all the beautiful red color. And when you boil your beets whole, it makes it really easy to peel them this way. All right, so I'm gonna show you how to peel these beets here. And you just can push the skin, and you'll see it just comes right off that way. Sometimes you have to get your nail under it a little bit, and feel free to use a paring knife at this stage. And I'll be honest with you, your hands are gonna get really red while you're doing this, but you have a beautiful salad, and after doing the dishes, the red's gonna be all gone. Just gotta soak your hands in a little bit of soapy water. So you'll see here, I just peeled all these beets up, and I've got red flakes all over my hands, and they're still covered in some flakes of their skin, but you can just get those off really easily with a quick sort of rinse in the colander. I'll be right back. Okay. All right, so now I've got my beets peeled, and I've got all my veg ready. I'm just gonna chop it all up and get it ready for my salad. So I'll start with the cucumber. I think I'm probably just gonna use about half of this guy for the salad. So I'm taking the end off, and then I'm gonna slice it lengthways down the middle, and I'm gonna slice it again lengthways. And now I'm just gonna dice it up into some little cubes. Beautiful. All right. Next up, I'm gonna chop up a couple of these really beautiful green onions. Look how big those are. And you could use red onion, you could use white onion, you could use chives, whatever you've got going. Pickled onion is good in just about anything you put it into. And finally, we're going to talk about kale, everyone's favorite vegetable. That's actually what one of my parents called me when I was a kid, so my name's Michaela. So it's a really dark green, and I mean, everyone knows it and loves it if it's prepared properly. Kale, just like this, I'm not really interested in. I don't know about you, but it's super fibrous, very, very dense vegetable flavor. I've grown to really like it, honestly, actually, just like that, but not for a salad. So I'm gonna strip it off of the stems here. So these stems here are extra fibrous. I don't personally like to save them for soup stocks. They're a little bit bitter. If you were to use them for a soup stock, you wouldn't want to have it in there for too long. And they're just sort of not the nicest things to chew on, to be honest. So that's where we get rid of them. And then we want to break down some of that fiber so it's not quite as thick or chewy in your mouth. And the more we break it down, the more these leaves are gonna be able to absorb some of the flavor of the rest of the vegetables in the salad dressing. So I'm actually just gonna kind of roughly chop them up here. Okay, so we've got the kale chopped up, and the next step is probably the most crucial step to a kale salad, which is massaging the kale. So some people just massage it straight up as it is. You could massage it with a little bit of olive oil. You could add some lemon juice, olive oil, and salt. Whatever you put on there is going to penetrate the leaves and become part of the flavor of the kale. So I think I'm gonna grab a little drizzle of olive oil, and we'll go from there. So this step you can do in your salad bowl, you could do it in the colander. I'm gonna do it on the cutting board here so you guys are able to see what I'm doing. And I'm quite literally massaging it, not with much sort of strategy involved, just grabbing and pinching. I love this dark kale. This is called Lacentino kale. It's also called dinosaur kale, I think. I guess it kind of looks like what dinosaurs might eat. Beautiful. So it's shrunken quite a lot. As you can tell, it's about, I don't know, half the size of when I first cut it up there. And you could keep going. One of the great things about kale is that it's a salad that lasts. So we've massaged it today, but it's still gonna be good tomorrow. It's not gonna go completely wilty or soggy like your spinach or romaine might. So I'm gonna add that to my salad bowl here. All right, moving on to the star of the salad. We've got the beets here that I peeled and rinsed. And we've got these big juicy ends here, which are kind of can be quite hard and maybe not the nicest thing to eat. So I usually cut those guys off there. And working from the flat surface that I made there, I'm gonna put it down, which makes it so much easier to cut. And I'm gonna do half moons. So I'm slicing it one way down the middle, and I'm gonna do some thin slices this way. Okay, so I've finished chopping up my beets. I've added them to the salad, and I mean, it's not one of those salads that's all beautifully constructed, but we're gonna mix it all together. And this is the kind of salad that you can literally put whatever you've got in the fridge. So the amazing thing about beets is that they stand up on their own. They're totally delicious. They've got a beautiful full flavor. They're pretty earthy, but they're very, very sweet. That's where actually most of the white sugar we use in Canada comes from, is beets, sugar beets. So they're a very sweet vegetable, and when you boil them or you roast them, it brings out that natural sweetness. So yeah, cucumber, kale, green onions, beets, but whatever you've got, shredded carrot, if you have some feta cheese, if you've got some sprouts, whatever you have popping out of the garden this summer, it's gonna go really nicely with these guys. I am gonna top the salad with a little bit of toasted pumpkin seeds, which are just dry toasted in a pan, medium-high heat for about 5 minutes. You wanna keep shaking that pan. I always walk away and then I have lost some pumpkin seeds, which is really sad because they're so delicious. So I'm gonna sprinkle those guys on there. And then here I have just a really simple balsamic vinaigrette. It's got a little Dijon mustard and honey in it. And I think we'll have a video about how to make one of those coming up pretty soon. Just a simple salad dressing. Toss it on there. And we'll give it a little toast. Really good balance in this salad. The freshness of the cucumber and the earthiness of the beets. This is definitely one of my favorite salads. Thanks so much for watching, guys. If you like this video, subscribe below me in this box here, and we'll have more recipes coming at you soon. Thanks for watching.